Rittenhouse, as America's most celebrated astronomer. Rittenhouse looked to the heavens. He built the first American telescope and used it to observe the path of the planet Venus as it passed across the sun in 1769. He's already a mechanical planetarian, mimicked the orbits of planets. Thomas Jefferson taught him, second to no astronomer living. All of the men included in this group belonged to the American Philosophical Society founded by Benjamin Franklin before the Revolution. Franklin, Rittenhouse, and then Jefferson each served as the society's president. Society members and others dedicated to the study of science, like Benjamin Banneker, an African-American surveyor and author, share an interest in all philosophical experiments that let light into the nature of things, tend to increase the power of man over matter, and multiply the conveniences of pleasures of life. Robert Fulton, a practical scientist. Fulton displayed an uncanny ability to take the experiments of others and make them practical. Best known for his successful steamboats, he also designed cast iron aqueducts and bridges. For the military, he built torpedoes and underwater mines and tried to encourage interest in submarines. Fulton took scientific and mechanical theories and put them to practical use. Some of his contemporaries also applied their experiments and discoveries to everyday life. Benjamin Franklin's ideas touched the lives of practically everyone in Philadelphia and around the world. Lamps of his design brightening streets, lightning rods protected buildings, better stoves, warm rooms, and bifocal assisted weakened eye. David Rittenhouse used his training as a cloak maker when he worked to improve the lens of telescopes and the accuracy of surveying equipment. Robert Fulton. William Clark. William Clark probably considered himself a soldier and explorer rather than a scientist. Yes, joint commander of the Lewis and Clark expedition from 1804 through 1806. He recorded and sketched the natural specimen observed or collected along the way. As the mission's map maker, he helped to imprint the geography of the America West on the minds of several generations of 19th century explorers and settlers. The journey undertaken by Clark and Meriwether Lewis literally moved the boundaries of scientific and geographic knowledge. Others in their period moved boundaries by exploring new territory in science or engineering. Robert Fulton's successful steam-driven boat assisted the nation's move toward the Industrial Revolution. Similarly, William Chapin's exploration of autonomy anticipated medical diagnosis and treatment. William Bartram. Bartram collected, identified, classified, and analyzed plants, a wonderfully rich field of inquiry in the New World. He combined his skills in observation, his artistic and literary talents, and his respect for Indian tribes to produce travels through North and South Carolina, Georgia, East, and West Florida. Through his journeys, he has discovered and named the flowering shrub Franklinia to honor Benjamin Franklin. The Enlightenment required the sharing of information and the use of scientific knowledge for the public good. In this spirit, many scientists published their findings. Bartram, David Rittenhouse, Benjamin Franklin, and William Chapin all published scholarly works. Benjamin Franklin and Robert Fulton wrote articles for a more general audience. The diaries that William Clark brought back from the expedition with Lewis remain important literature today. William Chapin. Chapin focused on the human body, trained as an apothecary. In Philadelphia, he studied anatomy and obstetrics in England and Scotland. As his own school of anatomy, he demonstrated his theories by dissecting cadavers, a controversial practice at the time. He offered courses in midwifery and opened a free maternity hospital in his own home. During the Revolution, he served as the Army's Director General of Hospitals. Chapin made medical advances observing the functions of the human body and the effects of illness or trauma on it. Others spent their time observing the world around them. The natural Bounty of America captured William Bartram's attention. Seminole Indians call him Puggy or Flower Hunter. Jefferson later asked him to travel with Lewis and Clark, although the aging Bartram declined because of poor health. John Jay. And this is for philosophy. Governor Morris. Morris supported independence, but his aristocratic background led him to seriously question the ability of the common man to govern. Like many of his contemporaries, he feared democracy as anarchical. Nonetheless, it was Morris who took bundle of compromises and converted them into the enduring language of the Constitution. Morris' conservatism vanished when it came to slavery. He introduced a petition in the New York Provincial Congress to end slavery. No delegate to the Constitutional Convention got everything he wanted. In the final document, nearly every article required debate and compromise. The delegates usually succeeded in keeping the debate political, not personal. Thomas Jefferson sent his thoughts on the Constitution from Paris. Although Morris disagreed with Jefferson's view of democracy, it did not prevent the two men from later working together. At the end of the convention, Morris and Benjamin Franklin worked out a delicate compromise concerning the signing of the document. Their solution recognized that some delegates did not agree with the document. The final wording said, done in convention by the unanimous consent of the states present. Thomas Jefferson, throughout his life, Jefferson pursued knowledge as the means of improving society. Is this the most beautiful city in America?
I don't know. I'm visiting here, sir.
What do you think?
It's so far from what I've seen, it's a nice little city.
Is it more beautiful than any other?
I don't like driving in it, but it's a nice city.
Where you come?
I'm coming from Norfolk, Virginia.
Is it more beautiful here?
This is the first time I've been here.
More beautiful?
And so far, it's
nice. He read broadly and later used what he read to write the Declaration of Independence. He also founded the University of Virginia and drafted Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom. But his search never solved the problem of slavery. We have the wolf by the ears, he wrote in 1820, referring to America's investment in slavery. Still unable to determine how to let go of Nestorius' system. 1776, enslaved Africans number 500,000 people. 20% of America's population, each of the 30 colonies, has some number of enslaved men and women within its boundaries. Philadelphia's second largest slaveholder and a member of the Continental Congress, John Dickinson, held 11 men and women in bondage. Enslaved at birth, Moses Williams later became a free man, a talented artist. He then purchased his wife's freedom with the wages he received as a silhouette portrait maker of Philadelphia's PMC.
Over there.
Is this the most beautiful city in America?
I don't know.
No.
It's a matter of opinion. What do you think?
What do you think?
No. That's my opinion.
This
It's very beautiful.
It is very beautiful. I think it's probably up there.
Again, that one a little bit. Sorry.
He's
One more. Okay.